Hey guys, Dirt here, and today I'm going to talk about another one of those subscription box services. If you're familiar with Loot Crate or Geek Fuel or any of those, this is similar, not exactly the same, but this is Comic Box Monthly. What they do is they ship you a package full of comic books every month, and it's just a random assortment. You never know what you're going to get. But you can find them facebook.com/comicboxmonthly. And they have two options available. For $14.95, you can get the regular comic box. You get 10 comics sent to you randomly. Or for $21.95, you can get the big box of 20 comics. So I, of course, love comic books, so I went for the big box. And it took about 4 days once they ship. They ship out once a month. It took about 4 days from when they printed out the label and I got the notification to when it arrived. So it's actually pretty good as far as shipping goes. It is in this Tyvek style padded envelope, and I did cut the end open, just to make it easier for filming this video. But as I was cutting, I noticed there was a big gash here, and the gash actually goes into the comics on the inside. So we'll see if they're going to be horribly damaged or anything. Also, I noticed that it was tied together with a little piece of twine, and I accidentally cut that when I was cutting the envelope open. It does come tied up, in case you wanted to know. But let's see here. Taking it out of the envelope, we have a nice little welcoming letter. It has the Comic Box Monthly. Question of the month. This superhero's alter ego was Lamont Cranston, whose catchphrase was, "Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men?" Who was he? I'm pretty sure the Shadow knows. But there they have their Facebook page, everything like that. So, nice little sheet. And apparently, under that, we have some trading cards. We've got DC's Skybox card from '93. And these are both Marvel cards from 1990. So, from Impel. Impel, I believe, became Skybox, didn't they? Wasn't it Impel first? And they did like the G.I. Joe cards and stuff. Anyway, there's that. So now, here's the bundle. And as you can see in the brown paper here that's covering it, there's that gash that I saw from the outside. And it looks like it's going into a comic backer board there. So hopefully no real damage, though, to the actual comics inside. And here's my bundle. So big bundle of comics. You can see a backer board on both sides. And I can see that some of the comics on the inside are bagged, and it looks like one or two may be bagged and boarded, but most of them appear to just be loose comics. So let's take a look here. The first one that we have is a Stormwatch Zero. This is one of those books, I can tell you right now, I've seen this book a million times. If you go into Dollar General or Five Below or any one of those discount type stores and you see the comics that are like 3 comics in a bag, classic comic, explosion, whatever, and you buy one of those bundles, this is in there quite a lot. So that is very familiar. We've got, Justice League of America, 49. This is from the Keith Giffen run, when it was funnier, 91. Actually, I probably bought this off the stands when it came out. Justice League Europe, 44. And actually, I can tell you right now, I did buy this when this was on the shelf. This is from that same era. This is 1992. I have this somewhere deep within the bowels of my collection. What do we have? Oh, we've got Dark Horse Terminator number 3. I believe this is from that first Terminator series that Dark Horse did. Yep. John Arcudi writer, Chris Warner penciler. This is number 3. This was actually a big deal when it came out. It doesn't stand the test of time today. It's been retconned a number of times. But it was really fun and exciting when it came out. So that's kind of nice. But that's also what I bought when it came out. Let's see here. Punisher Final Days, number 58. I actually just bought this recently. I was going through dollar boxes at a local Comic-Con. They were, $1 each, or they were 20 for $10 or 50 for $20. And I found this within there. I found a whole run of Punisher that I actually bought. So another duplicate there. And another Punisher. Punisher 44. This is another one. This is from the 90s series. The one that Marvel and Comixology refused to release digitally for whatever reason. But there you go. And that's that one. Some more duplicates. This, I can see on the back of this one has some water damage, actually. And this is New Ultimates issue 4. And if I can catch it just right in the light, you can kind of see here and here, there's some water damage on the cover. I'm assuming that's water. I don't know that, to be honest, but I'll tell you, this will go right in the trash because I don't know what those liquids are on the cover, and I don't really want to find out. And here's another one I can see has some water damage. And this is Ultimate Thor #1. But again, there's some water damage across the top, and I can see some, I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but the back is all wrinkled and water damaged as well. So that's another one for the trash. Mr. Miracle 18 from 1990. Okay, that's cool. Again, from that time period of comics where I was buying a lot of them. I didn't buy Mr. Miracle when it came out. I remember buying some of the back issues one time or another, but that's cool. Marvel Weapon X Kane. Huh. So this one from the late 90s, I'm guessing, part of that glut of Marvel when they filed for bankruptcy. It's also in terrible shape. I don't know if the camera picks up, but the spine is all broken on it. The corner is kind of dented up here. I mean, look, I know I'm getting a box of random stuff. I don't expect them to all be great and wonderful. But this one is actually in worse shape than I expected. That's kind of like off the rack. Bad shape for a comic. We got Terminator #2. Okay, so this is from that same Dark Horse series. Another issue from that run. So, okay, that's fair. It's all right. We got something in a bag here. This is Stormwatch 4. Another one of those overly printed, overly distributed books from the mid-90s. Maybe late 90s, actually. No, this is mid-90s, Brett Booth. This is another one of those that you're going to find all over those 3 for 1 or 3 in a pack shrink wrap bags from Dollar General or Five Below or one of those discount type stores. So, again, nothing special there. That's a warehouse find. I'm sure there are pallets of those still sitting somewhere. Excalibur 23. Again, from the early 90s era when they printed way too many comic books. And again, this is one I remember buying when it came out, when I was working at Metropolis Comics and Games in Springfield, Illinois. You can't look them up. They changed names, different owner, moved, whatever, so they don't exist anymore as Metropolis Comics. But yay, there's that. And another Excalibur. Wait, all right. So that was 23, and this is 24. So another part of the Cross Time Caper. Another one I remember buying when it came out in the day. And Excalibur 27. So again, from that same time period. So far, everything I've hit has been early to mid-90s. So that probably gives you an idea. A lot of these are probably bulk warehouse buys. They're just buying leftover stock, maybe from stores that have gone out of business or whatnot. But there's that. Let's see, we have an X Factor 79, again, from the mid-90s. So X Factor 79, again, from that overhyped, overprinted era, 1992, I'm guessing. Yeah, 30th anniversary Spider-Man in the corner, so 1992. Nothing special there. And another X Factor 78. Again, from that same time period, 30th anniversary of the Incredible Hulk. So, early 90s. All right, this is different. Eclipse Comics, Zenon, in partnership with Viz. Viz, you know, prints a lot of manga nowadays. This is #2 from 1987. All right, so now we've broken out of the 90s and we're into the late 80s. But again, Eclipse Comics, Zenon. If you're not familiar with this title, that's got to tell you about the collectability of that. And another Xenon. Okay. And this is number 1. Okay, so I have 1 and 2. So at least I can read them, figure out what the basic story is. But there you go. It's a little bit of manga in there for all you guys who like manga. We've got an Event Comics Painkiller Jane versus Darkness. Another one of the overprinted hyped series. This is from the late 90s, though. I'm guessing 96, 97, somewhere in there. Doesn't say exactly, but I believe that's a time period of when Event Comics was doing all their stuff. So there's that. And Darker Image. When I worked at that Metropolis Comics and Games in the 90s, we had almost a long box of these because it did not sell and everybody thought it would. It's got the Max in it. So anybody who likes the Max, there you go. Can't stand Sam Keith myself, but looks like it's got a death blow. Jim Lee's Punisher type character. So there's something interesting. But again, a book from probably another warehouse find. Somebody has pallets of those. So, all right. Final breakdown. $21.95. I got 20 comics. Is it worth the $21.95? Well, 2 of them I'm going to have to throw away because they have water damage all over them. They have some sort of damage. I'm guessing it's water. But you never know what kind of fluids that might be. So that's just straight out. So really we're looking at 18. A lot of them are duplicates of ones that I already have in my collection that I bought when they came out, I remember. And a lot of them are just junk. Those image books are practically worthless. You try to trade them in at a comic book store, they're going to be worth absolutely nothing. So is it worth the $21.95? I got to say no. Going to your local comic book convention, if you go to a comic book convention in Denver or Chicago or St. Louis or Orlando or, any one of those type shows, you're going to find much better deals digging through dollar boxes. You're going to find actually a lot of the same stuff in many places. The fact that a couple of them I got to toss straight up means that they're not paying any attention to what they're grabbing and throwing into these bundles, which is a little sad. And then I guess my one other issue is that these are almost all from the same time period. So these are all, again, warehouse finds, bulk buys, comic stores that went out of business, stuff that was overprinted, that's been sitting around for a long time. When you find people that are selling stuff in comic book shops, for $1 or 3 for $1 or 5 for $1 or whatever, it's basically a lot of this type of stuff. Maybe the DC stuff from the mid-90s is not as overprinted as a lot of that Marvel and Image stuff. And actually maybe the Punisher books, they might be a little higher collectability, but not quite as high as anything else you're going to find. There's no good like West Coast Avengers or stuff that fits that weird niche that you just don't see anymore nowadays. So overall, for $21.95, it's not worth it. For the sake of doing these videos, I might do it one more month just to see if I get anything substantially different. But for the most part, there's nothing really here. And getting random comics, I knew I'd get them where, you're not getting a run. You're not going to get a lot of stuff that you're going to sit down and read an entire storyline or anything like that. So I kind of knew that going into it. So that aspect of it, I just toss out the window. That's part of just collecting and getting that random assortment of stuff. But 2 of them I'm tossing. Those Image books are basically worth less than the cost of shipping them to me. So really kind of disappointed in a lot of those books. If there was a bigger mix of 80s, 90s, 2000s without all this overdone stuff, then it might be a little better deal. But I'll do it at least one more month to see if it's any better. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching. Again, my name is Dirt. You can go to ineedcomics.com, part of the Pop Culture Network, for more comic reviews and videos and podcasts and whatever. And don't forget to check out popculturenetwork.com just to check out all the great stuff we have there. And anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.
Dirt, call me.